And you're right. So we've just come out of COVID. Oh, let's put this plan together and go right. They've had no education. Let's do 3 days. That'll catch them up.
I think it should be longer.
And we're back.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. Someone's been
knocking on the doors.
Hang on, just say, have you been replaced? Some of my kids have actually asked me, has he been replaced?
Can I send this to work? Because I've had this discussion about that advert.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah.
My kids actually said, oh, he's now on your podcast. He doesn't do Postcode Lottery anymore.
Which is hilarious. I don't do one advert, and neither does anyone else apart from Jeff. And everyone's like...
And even my mum brought it up because obviously Mr. Donovan was on there. She's like, he's not in it.
Yeah, not in it.
Oh.
All good.
So is it kind of like getting rid of you?
Yeah. No.
You've got booted.
I do the real stuff on the streets, man. He's just pretending.
Oh, he's not actually working for him?
No. Oh. He's just around.
So he looks like he replaced you?
Yeah.
Oh. Does that make it a bit awkward?
No, I still get paid. I don't care.
Even if you're already
no, I don't care. It makes no difference.
You got paid not to be there?
Yeah, I didn't get paid not to be there. I got paid to do my job. So I still go out and see all the winners and stuff like that.
How do I get a job doing that?
You can't.
Why?
Because
Is it only celebrities that are allowed to do it? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
No normal Joe blogs. Isn't that discrimination?
No. We see the normal Joe blogs is when we go to knock on their doors.
Yeah, but I want a job on...
Well, you haven't earned it.
I have earned it.
How?
I've got 69 viewers, you know. Is that not enough?
No.
Well, okay, name me a figure will be enough for me to get a job doing Postcode Lottery.
I have 100 million views on YouTube.
It's a bit extreme.
Kai's laughing as well, but when I was on YouTube with all those views, Kai was like 4. So, hi, Kai.
Hey.
Hey, he's there.
We've now got him in a little box.
We put him in a box.
We put him in a box.
No one puts Kai in a corner, apart from we did.
Yeah, we did, literally.
We did that. You're not going to get that reference either. What's the reference there, Kai?
Isn't it Dirty Dancing?
Yeah, wow. I'm actually really surprised.
Smash. Well, to be honest,
Never seen the film, though.
No, but you are film students, so you should know these references of films, so it's fine. Well done. Like that.
Well done.
He could ask us what's number 1 in the charts and we wouldn't know, so it's fine. I would say Harry Styles. Oh, no. Or Kate Bush.
No, it's Harry Styles.
Or was it Kate Bush?
No, it's Harry Styles.
I guarantee it's not. Anyway, how are you?
I'm all right.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm all right. I've got a new T-shirt.
Do you know what? I've had no merch ever.
No, but you've got one now. I've just...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't... Because I got you a medium.
Thank you.
Because obviously you've been...
What are you?
Large. I used to be a triple.
Oh, yeah.
And I've managed... Yeah, no, I've lost... so I've gone from 106 kg...
Wow.
Down to 91.
I don't know what that means.
So it's basically 16.5 stone to just above 14.
Wow. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
No.
Okay.
Obviously, I've got to go down to come back up.
Yeah, doesn't everyone want to get big?
Yeah, I feel like half the size, half the man I used to be.
I don't want to be big.
Why?
Ever.
It's great.
No, I'm fine.
No.
I don't want to be like... yeah, it's a lot of effort for... I gain nothing from it.
It's messing with my... I'm not joking. It's actually messing with my mental health.
Being small?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you are small, though. You're massive.
In my head, what did they diagnose me with? It's like the opposite of anorexia is bigorexia kind of.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so obviously I look in the mirror and see myself small. So the more weight I'm losing, the scales...
You're dysmorphic, is what they would say.
Body dysmorphia is the word. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, no, it messes with my word.
I hear that a lot, that people, and my ex went through it as well, that he hung around with, speak properly, with people who were bigger than him that kept on saying that he was bigger than them, and they were annoyed. And it was a weird...
Yeah.
Like, it's a bit like hanging around with, if you make a lot of money, but you hang around with people who make even more money, it'll make you feel shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's not great, but you're doing that internally in your own brain. You're having this own kind of conflict that's going on right now.
Yeah. I'm happy mentally wise. So obviously, like, I've got therapy this afternoon.
Yes, that's where we've got to be. Come on.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. I've got, I think she said 6 sessions left. Then I go on the next waiting list to do like I say lasers. That sounds really like James Bondy, but obviously the lights in the eyes and bits and pieces, which helps remap the brain.
Nice.
So I've got that to look forward to. I've actually had the kids. No, they're great, but I'm quite glad they've gone back to their mums today.
Everyone does that with their own kids. They're like, I love them, but no,
We've done Four Kingdoms. We've done.
They are the best thing that's
Park,
ever happened to me.
We've
But
done
also,
cinema.
love it when they go away.
Yeah, it's like. So like, I'm going to Junkyard Golf tonight.
You said you're going out.
Out. Well, it's out. It's getting drunk on the way around the golf course.
Right. Where is this?
Oxford.
Okay, I've not been.
I mean, I didn't know. My brothers, they're already up there. They've already gone.
Oh, nice. Okay, let's make this quick then. Kai, you all right?
No. But where do I make Hot Topics was? So, how has your mental health been?
I think it's been okay. Actually, no, it's been actually fucking shit. It's actually been really, really horrible, but not based on mine. So, my auntie had a procedure not long ago that came from nowhere, and she's okay, but it was also a little bit like, whoa. A mentor of mine passed away. His wife passed away last year, and he kind of just died of a broken heart. And he is the first person that ever paid for me to sing, and I owe him so much. So I've been dealing with a lot of stuff with that. And his family's been great, and they were kind of my family for a very long time. And all the kids are growing up, and they're grown-ass people, which is hilarious. One of them that I used to look after just got engaged the other day. Congratulations to you, Sam. I found out some news about my neighbour, and it's really, really sad. And one of the things that happens is, for me, I can take anyone crying. I'm fine. I could take you crying, take Kai crying, take my mum crying, take the lady at the post office crying. She makes me cry, actually, to be honest. But I can't take a full-grown man over the age of 70 crying. Because I always feel like if Grandad is crying, something is wrong.
Yeah,
Like, what?
Something's massive.
And they'd be like, no, men can cry too. Yeah, no, that's fair. Men can cry too. But when...
Do you actually believe that?
What?
That men can cry?
Yeah.
And not be judged?
No.
So, obviously, do you think a 70-year-old man, like you just said, can cry? Nobody judges him?
No, but I know in the sense that I didn't judge him. I was just like, I can't hold it together if you can't. Like, if you can't, how the hell am I supposed to get through my life? And, we've spoken loads and stuff, and he's just a distraught person right now. And it affects me every single time. And I feel so annoyed with myself because it's not even me. I'm sad because he's sad. What? That's so weird.
Yeah, I get that, though.
You know? And I won't cry around him. Because it's not about me.
No.
As soon as I leave, I'm a mess.
You're a mess. You get in the car.
Oh, 100%. Not even the car. Shut the door. Out when I go around the house. And I'm gone. Like, absolutely. Even speaking about it now, I feel like... I was on a date the other day, and I was speaking about it, and I properly just went. And it was like a second date. He was like, are you okay? I was like, I don't think
awkward.
so. I think they were like, actually, it's really nice to see how vulnerable you are as a person. Like, because it wasn't a vulnerability of myself. I was upset for them.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like, oh, my life is bad, I'm going to cry. Because you can do that, but I wasn't doing that. I was doing it because I'm feeling empathy for someone else. Which means I'm not a psychopath.
Oh, well done, mate.
I've just found out. So
You're not a
super
psychopath.
proud. There you go.
Yeah, well.
That could be the tagline of the...
No, I don't think men... I'm going to put this in this. Not going to say it. Straight men get judged crying.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. Like, if I ask any of my straight friends, right, and I say to them, have you ever cried at work? They'd be like, no.
No.
Never. And do you know why? I think they care less. I think they're like, I'm not emotional about work. But I think women and gay men...
If I broke down crying out there in reception, how many people would see me in a completely different light?
100%.
Right. So you can't, a male can't... So obviously, like, how do I put this in the politest way? Men, mental health, crying, weakness, it can't happen.
I think
it should, but it can't.
I think in the end, it sounds terrible to say, who holds up society, right? if everyone is crying. Someone has to not cry.
Right.
Someone has to be, I don't care if it's man, woman, straight, gay, I don't care at all, but someone has to be like, someone's going to be at the top part. So if you like every straight man to cry, there's going to be another sector that doesn't cry. Because you're like, if everyone's crying, like, if we had all these wars in these entire times that humanity has ever been a thing, and people were just thinking about mental health and crying all the time, we would all be dead.
Yep.
We would not be alive.
No,
and people are like, oh, well,
somebody
toxic
has to be brave.
It's like toxic masculinity. I was like, oh, it's not. It's literally just saying, if I break down, I ruin it for everyone else. So I'm going to hold it in.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to hold it in. I don't know if that's right. I have no idea.
It's probably not right.
Kai, what are you thinking on this? There's two old men talking about stuff. What are you thinking on the thing of crying? Have you cried at work? Do you feel emotional with other things? Would you rather cry by yourself? What's going on?
I sort of feel like, you know, at the end of the day, if you're crying, like, you've got a reason to be crying. Like, people shouldn't judge you on that. Obviously, you will get the odd stranger if you do it in a public place or you do it at work being like, oh, how comes they're crying? You might get the one toxic person being like, oh, why the hell are they crying for? They're at work. Like, but obviously, you don't know what's going on in their personal life. So it's like, you do definitely, you get judged. But I feel like...
You're saying you never judged anyone for crying. So you saw someone crying. If you saw like an older person crying, like, but what's wrong with you? Like, are you giving the answer that you think should be given? This is what I'm worried about right now. I think a lot of people talk in a way that they think they should be saying it. Right. But the actual...
truth is wrong.
No truth. Not even truth. Just the actual reality of stuff in life.
Right. Hang on, Kai. Right?
Yeah.
Your dad.
Okay.
Right. If your dad was crying, you know something's massively wrong, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, more than mum. More than mum. So if mum's crying,
100%.
I feel like, you know, if mum's crying, then yeah, you know something's wrong. But for me, it's like, right, if my dad's crying, someone who you rarely I ever see.
No, obviously, who is that? Like the size of the persona he gives off. He's a big guy.
Yeah,
big guy. He's scary, very, very scary. But
it's not that scary.
Lovely. He's got a heart of gold. To look at him, you'd be like, oh fuck. Honest to God, he is massive, right? But lovely guy, heart of gold. But if even I would be like, oh shit, he's crying.
You know it's bad.
Yeah, if he was like, I went into the gym and he was crying, I'd be like,
I think everyone cries. I think there's capacities. So you may not cry until you get to 90% of stress. So that thing of like something extraordinarily crazy happens, someone gets ill, someone gets killed, someone dies, all those sort of things, they might cry for. But the other stuff, they're not crying if they had a bad day, they're not crying if they couldn't get vegetables at the supermarket, they're not crying if they stubbed their toe, they're not crying. You know what I mean? When some of the people would. So when it comes to that, do you want your dad to cry more, Kai?
Personally, I honestly, I couldn't give you a proper answer. Like, at the end of the day, if I found out he said, oh, you know, I want to cry all the time, but, you know, I've been holding it in, I'd say, well, like, we're not going to judge you for it. We're not going to care. We will care in the sense that we're like, oh shit, like, okay, something serious must have happened.
But everyone wants to cry all the time. They just don't. Like, everyone is holding it and crying.
100%.
Everyone is pretending to be okay.
The one time I did it in a 20-year relationship,
it seemed different.
100%. It went downhill, massively downhill.
Well, because
that was one of many things, but obviously it's never been the same thing.
Because sometimes in a relationship, you're like, you can't be the vulnerable one. That's my role. Don't take my role.
That's how it feels.
Yeah.
That's it. So, like, obviously the problems and bits and pieces that over the years with kids and illnesses and births and all the rest of it. The one time I showed weakness, because I was completely broken.
Well, she didn't know what to do with it.
Nobody cared.
But they didn't know what to do with it because they never saw it before. So it's really hard to know what to do with it if you've never seen it before.
Right. Yeah, I get that. But
she'd be like, wait a minute.
That's how I know it's all this whole, men are allowed to cry. Bullshit. Men are allowed to show weakness. Bullshit.
But they should be able to.
But why should we?
No, but they should be able to without judgment, as Kai said. It is true. But I feel like if everyone is crying, nothing gets done.
Right, that's what I'm trying to say. If his dad was crying, I'm thinking the world's ending.
Yeah.
Put it that way. Because who his dad is and what he is and how I would think, oh my God, something's like.
But would you say it's okay to cry to his dad? What's his dad's name?
It would freak me out. I'm not going to lie.
What's your dad's name?
Sid.
Sid.
If Sid, honest to God, if Sid was crying, right, I walked into the gym, I'd be like, I think everybody in the gym would be like, what?
Yeah.
It's just happened.
Maybe he just doesn't need to.
massively-
Maybe just. I think the reason why straight guys don't cry as much is because they don't care as much. Honestly, I think there's an element of. I know that you are right, but I feel like most of your time, you know, crying doesn't really get you anywhere.
Doesn't do nothing.
No.
But a woman cries. Oh, everybody must stop.
Well, I don't know if
If
that's
my son's
true.
crying,
Yeah.
and my daughter's crying, 2 different reactions.
Really?
I don't know why.
From you.
From me, obviously, I still go and comfort both of them. But obviously, why is my daughter crying? Why?
But wouldn't you feel that the reason why people are crying would be based on the situation of why they're crying? Are you just treating your son crying? You're like, man up. Are you doing that?
Yeah, I would say to him,
Shit.
that's the wrong thing, right? But it's like in grounding us.
Yeah.
Like, get up. What's that? What are you crying for? Get up. Oh,
Well, because I actually feel that does work. I do that with all children.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well done. Come on, let's go. Like, my thing is always about tears. Is that tears are great. Cool. I'll cry. I want to know after the tears. I want to know what's going on. Well, don't use tears just to stop things.
yeah, but so a little while ago, I had a go at my daughter. Mm-hmm. It was justified. She says it's not, but I said it was. She cried. I felt bad. I felt really bad. And I'm like, but myself, I was like, mate, shut up. I don't care that you're crying. Get on with it. This is the fact. This is this. This is that. Do you know what I mean? You treat them, and I don't know why. I'm assuming it's society that we're brought up. But you treat your boys differently to your daughters. And it's just natural. So obviously something must be naturally in there. Why have we gone and made all these women, because that's what they...
Well, it's for me. It doesn't start here, but it always takes you back to the Titanic. You're like, oh, I'll just stay here then.
Yeah, Leonardo. we'll keep swapping. No. Blah, 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 blah.
Ladies and children first. I'm sorry.
What? Get out of my way! Listen, she's going to kick me off the board in about half hour, man. I'm going to sink to the bottom.
Mate, if I was a lady or a child, I'd be like, yeah, you stay there, mate. I'd be like,
Crying.
the only reason we care, the ship's sinking, but you stay there.
Don't cry.
The only reason I say that, I think the problem is that turkeys don't vote for Christmas. And if you feel like it is, you're going to get something out of it. And they go, actually, if we just want, if say the Titanic's coming down anyway, do you know what? We're just going to save handsome bald men. You'd be like, yeah, fair. You know what I mean? There's no way you're pushing back. No. There's no way you're pushing back. Because you're...
Bald man first. Layers, mug. You're going down.
You'll be annoyed that the people with hair on their head are not rowing. You're like, come on, row for me. Do you know who I am?
Right.
There you go.
Come on, it's madness. But obviously, society, we're broken. Come on, I think we've gone.
No, I don't think we are.
I think we are.
No.
Do you not think we are? Do you think we're better than we was 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
In what way?
I think we live in the best society there has ever been in.
What?
In
with all
history.
these woke, oh my God,
yeah.
you can't do that. That's against his rights. That's against.
Yeah, they're not doing anything. Us listening to anything like that is making anyone win. Just ignore them. I don't care about anything. Like, I actually don't care anymore about anyone's opinion. I don't care, right? It's fine. Just keep on going on. Keep on doing whatever you want to do, whatever makes you feel happy. I guarantee none of those people are happy. I just don't care about anyone's opinion. I don't even care about my opinion. I don't care. And this whole situation. My thinking is, 100 years ago, people were just poor. Like, seriously poor.
Yeah.
100 years ago. We're supposed to be around for
But
the last
everyone got on with
60,000
it.
years. Right? But no, we're just saying that because we're assuming. This is history books. We have no idea what it's like.
Well,
in that
actually,
time.
otherwise
there
we
was
wouldn't be here.
There was no, there's a lot less of us. But there's no washing machines. There was no fridges or freezers. There was no proper dentistry. There's no NHS. There was no, there was always segregation. Like, it's the best time to be alive right now. No one wants to be a woman 100 years ago. 100%. No one wants to be black 25 years ago compared to now. No one wants to be gay 10 years ago. No one wants to be trans 3 years ago. Like, we're getting better all the time. The problem is that we're trying to make sure that every person is looked after. And that doesn't happen, because no matter who you put at the top or who you get from the bottom,
there's always going to be someone at the bottom. That's what my argument is.
Always. So that's the problem. But in society, we're fine. Everyone's like, oh, we're getting, okay, well done for doing nothing. Just whinging about it. I'm literally in Alanis Morissette.
Do you reckon it all depends on which country you're in as well?
No.
Do you reckon like other countries have got better mental health than other ones?
No. I think that if you focus on it too much, you'll be just terrible. If you think about your past or your future way too much, you're fucked. You are fucked. You can only think about now. Anxiety is thinking about the future, basically. And depression is thinking about the past.
Mm-hmm.
None of those things matter anymore. None of those things matter anymore. The only thing that matters is what you do today. What you have to do in your life today. Everything else that happened before is going to happen in the future. Not to say you can never think about those things, but you have to be like, okay, well, that happened, so I have to leave it that I learned that. And that could happen, but I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to do a different journey to make it happy and in a better way. But right now, no one is thinking about now. Everyone's just projecting future or past. I'm like, it's not as good as it used to be, or it's like, it's going to be really good in 3 years' time. Like, who cares? Like, right now is the most important thing. And if you're not doing what you want to be doing right now, change it.
All right, see you later.
I think we should get on to hot topics right now because we waffled. Hot topics. You're bang on that button.
Boom.
Bang on the bottom. I'm going to bang on the bottom. That's a completely different show. We'll be cancelled for that. Are you winking at people?
Your only fans is free.
Oh yeah, fine, cool. Hi. So what is on the hot topics, Kai?
So our first hot topic is because we've been busy for the last few weeks.
We
missed this.
You were on holiday,
the
weren't you?
Lionesses.
Oh yeah,
won the women's Euros.
Woo-woo!
Fair play. Do you know what? I actually watched it and I was actually quite excited.
Mate, if anything's of nationality, of like the same nationality that you are, is in the final of anything, everyone's excited.
Yeah, it was quite good.
People are just like the next morning of Eurovision, like, wait a minute, we came second? What? So for us to win, and it's funny because the men came second, got beat last time and came second in the Euros. Then we go and win with the girls. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah, I think fair play to them. They've done wonders for women's football, right?
Mate, it's changed. It's so funny. We won't see it straight away, but it happened in 2012. But it's changed. It's going to change the whole game. Or any girl, boy, who cares, right? Anyone watching that is going to be inspired.
Do you reckon we'll ever get to a stage in society where you will have mixed teams, like in the actual Premier? So, like, you have Man United now.
Do you know, I tried to do it on FIFA, it wouldn't let me. So, no. Yesterday, it wouldn't let me.
What, you can't put...
No.
Why?
I don't know.
Generally, why?
Why it wouldn't let me?
Because you could have, like, a female Ronaldo and everybody together.
Yeah.
No?
Wow. When it comes to strength sports, no.
No.
I tell you when you can do it.
Go on.
You can do it when the girls are like 11 and 12 and then they play with the boy because the boy's like, hello. And the girl's like, hey. You know what I mean? Like, we had some girls on our team when I was coaching and they dominated the boys because they'd already...
But the girls have done wonders.
Yeah.
For that sport, like Johnny Wilkinson, when they won the World Cup, rugby went boosh for it, and obviously that's the similar sort of effect that's going to happen.
Everyone did the little.
Yeah. Could you imagine if TikTok was like full board back then? How many people would have done that on TikTok?
Let's bring it back. Yeah, I just think it's going to be incredible. I've already seen over the last 4 or 5 years that the teams of girls and boys have nearly matched. They're the same.
Oh, you could start something with that one.
Yeah, but I'm not saying like there's the same amount of people playing.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's definitely going to do worldwide for women in general, not just through football, but women winning that thing says to the rest of the world we're not, as everyone will say, second class.
No. Do you know what? I think what should always be talked about when it comes to these kind of sports or anything like that, stop thinking of them as the same. They're not. Let them be whatever they want in different kind of situations. It doesn't have to be, well, it's not as good as the Premiership. Okay. Wow. Who cares?
Why does it matter? Generally.
It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, I hope that more people want to go out and go and see, the women's game. And if you go on to, if I go into my phone and go into Sky Sports and stuff like that, like it's pretty much Premiership and then female Premiership next to each other on the leagues now. So you can kind of just you're looking for it straight away.
Oh, there'll be so many girls that have wanted to come and play football.
Well, they weren't allowed to, but they weren't allowed to at school because they segregate.
Really?
Girls haven't been allowed to play football for. It's only recently that it was always boys go and play football and rugby and girls, I don't know, just sewing. Yeah. And now,
Oh,
and now
yeah,
they're getting
actually,
rid
in
of
fact,
that.
yeah,
Now they're getting rid of
primary
that.
schools, right?
Yeah, they're getting rid of that. So
Yeah,
that's
do.
cool.
Is it cross stitch, whatever it was?
But that's very long time. But my thinking about it is, not every boy or not every girl wants to play sport, right? And
Yeah.
so it doesn't have to be that forced thing. Like now, the girls want like, oh, girls should play football. Like, well, some might actually still not want to. That's
yeah,
fine.
you're now forcing girls that don't want
Well,
to play.
do you want to play football at school?
No, I hated
Exactly.
I hated it.
Exactly. And the force and element of it. But imagine your teacher said, oh, mate, Scott, I know you don't like playing football and stuff like that, but do you want to either help me coach it, or would you like to ref it, or would you like to do linesman, and just learn that capacity? Because in a sense, we could build you up, we can give you your qualifications, and then you could do it at the weekend, and we give you £25 per match, and you're age 14. You happy now?
Yep.
There you go. You know what I mean? Like, there's different ways instead of going, you must do this. Hopefully that kind of educational system is changing. But I've always had this thought that if you can't do something, I will find you something within what we're doing that you can do. And you will be like, oh, that's exciting. And that could lead to something that you did in life. Imagine you
That's quite a
trained
good
someone
way
up
of
when you were
looking at
11, and then later on they're refereeing one of the World Cups. And you know what I mean? You're like, because they couldn't play football to the capacity to everyone else. Like, there's always something you can do. You could be the sports physio. You could be in charge of timings or whatever. You could do the analytics to each game of how many people touch the ball. Like, there's so many different things you can do within sports when not playing that sport. You know what I mean? If I say, you know what I mean, one more time. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean, Harry?
You know what I mean, Harry? Oh,
Right, so.
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh,
you want hot
yeah, we're back.
Oh, well, no, he's woke up.
Yeah, we got him a new section. He can't see us anymore. So it's fine. It's fine. Oh, go on.
So the next one, sort of relating to your school discussion just then, is that head teachers considered schools having a 3-day week.
No.
Finding out that wait, where is it? Here it is. School budgets in England are due to rise by 7% per pupil this year. However, the government issued a statement a few days later, or it might have been a few hours later, saying that this will not be the case, but schools are still worried that they won't be able to accommodate students if energy prices rise.
Is Boris still in charge? He is, isn't he?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that so weird?
But I don't care. I don't think it does matter who's in charge.
No.
Because it's
they're
been
not
proven. There's an actual TikTok, right, of an English guy and a French woman. EDF is owned by the French people.
Yeah.
They got a 4% pay increase
Right.
because they own EDF, the French people. No, the British government, let's go make it go private. So that just shows you the British government are fucking idiots.
I just don't know if anyone knows what they're doing. Anyway, back to schools. 3-day a week, no. Because then teachers are working you got 4 days off. Yeah, teachers,
Mate, time to become a teacher, right?
they'll be loving it.
But you're paid the whole time.
No.
Of course you are.
No.
How
No,
not?
if you want a 3-day week, then you get paid for
Well,
3
you think
days.
no? Because listen, are you going to become a teacher to only get paid? Why would you go into that profession?
Well, then don't ask for 3-day week.
And do you think their union's going to allow that?
How does that help education for kids?
And you're right. So we've just come out of COVID. Oh, let's put this plan together and go right. They've had no education. Let's do 3 days. That'll catch them up.
I think it should be longer. I think they should be at school from 8 till 6. It's weird that they're not.
From 8 till 6.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect for me. Not when I was at school, but for my kids, it's
No, but
great.
I think you should be able to do other things at school. It doesn't have to be sit down and learn. It could be actually creative kind of
But
stuff.
they don't do
like-
that anymore, do they?
I don't know. I haven't been to school for Kai, how's school?
When I was there, no, they didn't do anything. They didn't really they did things that would encourage creativity, but they didn't do well enough to advertise it. There'd be plenty of occasions where we'd have people who were dancers and singers and actors and all that. I remember one year
What school did
they
you
did
go
a
to?
talent show, and we had 10 people sign up for the talent show for 2 years. That's 20 people altogether. But because no one brought any tickets, they turned around and said, "Oh, you know what? Rather than doing them for free, we'll just scrap the whole thing." And so many people were pissed off because they spent weeks
Talent show. We were
rehearsing
lucky if
stuff.
we got to ring the bell was to get everyone in from break.
I think I went to a really good school when I was in London before I came here. We did loads of stuff.
But could you imagine? Would you have, as a kid? I guarantee the kid wants it to be 3 days a week, right?
No, I think they'll be bored.
Kai, would you have wanted it to be 3 days a week?
It depends on what I could do on the other 4. If I can just sit on my Xbox all day, then yes. If I can go out and play
But
with mates
imagine
all
what
day,
that
yes.
creates.
It creates children that ain't learning anything.
It creates a lot of gamers who make a lot of money.
I guarantee 1%.
You could tell that's a youngster.
I'm going to guarantee you 1% of people make money on that. Enough sustainability over the course of 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Right,
no,
Kai,
don't
even
go
with
to
your
that.
own YouTube channel, you've got subscribers. How much money you made out of it?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a reason I haven't made any money from it, and that's because I get copyrighted every single time I post anything.
Maybe learn to not do that then.
But I like making things.
generational.
I like making the things
why
that get
not?
me copyrighted.
Do you know what they say? You should never work hard. You should work smart.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah,
Everyone's trying to bust the ball to
so
work
we
really
agree
hard.
it's not good for the kids' mental health, definitely.
No, they should be at school for longer. Maybe Saturday school as well. Anyway.
Wow.
It's true. I think that you should have to have an apprenticeship thing that you're doing while you're at school.
Yeah.
I think you should learn how to do. If you come out of school and you could just do bricklaying, or you could just do plumbing or electrics
Something
or hairdressing or
actually
physio,
that they're getting
or,
a life skill for. So if they
when they come
get,
out, they've got something they can do.
yeah. Even like when you leave the army, they don't just let you leave the army. They try to retrain you in something.
Yeah,
Yeah, all these kids are being left. Right, you didn't get the grades, but see ya.
But imagine you came out and you could just tile. You'd never have to pay if you ever had to do up a house to get it tiled. You can just do it yourself with your mates. And your mates did bricklaying, your other mate did plumbing. You were like, oh, should we make a house then? Like, okay.
Yeah, right, you've done it for free. Yeah. That's,
You know what I mean? But tell me about, Kai, how many people came out of your school with any kind of just relatively a trade? There you go.
None of them.
Fuck. Yeah, what? That's why we're so low. This is why this country is mental sometimes. How are we sending kids from school from 5 years old until 18 now, and they come out of school and they can do nothing? I can do nothing. Good job my job worked out in the end, but I could do nothing. But I did focus on what I wanted.
Yeah.
I did focus for
but
a
when
very,
you left school,
very long time.
could you write out a check and balance the bills and stuff?
No.
No.
Mate, I didn't pay anything until I was like 25.
And you wonder why everybody's ending up in the situations they're in. You've got, what's it, life skills? Is that the right word I'm looking for?
Maybe.
They've got, nobody's taught them life skills.
No.
They've been taught, okay, well, you came last, but here's a sticker as
Yeah,
well.
I think I do understand in that situation. Like, I don't like that, and that's fine. But I feel like we're just pushing it out there. If you came out of school and you could do 2 actual trades, true, not even to a high capacity, you could just go and get an apprenticeship or whatever afterwards, and you learn how to do something. All this education stuff is great if you want to be good at a pub fucking quiz, but there's otherwise it's pointless. Absolutely
and that's
pointless.
as an old school teacher.
Yeah, of course. Honestly, I feel like sometimes that these kids, like my thinking is always that the only kids that really need teaching are the kids that actually need your help. The ones that are smart don't actually need you. Anyone could teach them. It's so easy. They're just natural. You just guide them, but they're done. You know what I mean? They can retain. They're clever. They're academic. It's fine. It's the kids that don't have any clue what to do. And with those kids, instead of forcing them to get E's and D's, why not give them something that they can physically do
And progress in the right directions.
I guarantee people who are plumbers and electricians and brickies have probably more houses than anyone who went to university right now.
Yep.
And those people who went to university
Unless
are
it's the
still
1%ers.
at home. Until when?
Yeah.
When are you moving out? 30? No, you're not.
That's what's going to happen.
No, that's what's happening now.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, is it?
That's what's happening now.
Oh, does that mean I'm not getting
Yeah, you're screwed. Mate, how many kids you got?
4.
Fuck. You're done.
Does that mean I'm not getting rid of them?
No, because you have to make sure that
I left home at 15. Well, I finished my GCSEs and I was off.
they need to they need to learn how to do something. And being a TikToker or something, not good enough. You can do any of that stuff on the side, it's fine. Even me singing and stuff like that, I could do it on the side, it's fine. But in the end, I still had to go and do teaching. Because I was like, I have to.
Because you need bread and butter, right?
Yeah. And also, I can do it anywhere. Anywhere. There's always going to be teachers that are needed.
There's always going to be plumbers, all physical stuff like that. There's always going to be another thing.
Always.
So, Kai,
Yes.
what else we got?
Our last hot topic.
Can we keep wandering off?
I know all the time.
Our last hot topic of the day
Yes.
is Olympic sprinter Ricardo dos Santos was pulled over on Sunday night by 7 armed police officers in London over allegedly using his phone while driving.
What car?
That can't be true.
What car was he driving? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay.
That can't be true, right?
Oh, hang on. He says it was a family car.
Oh.
It doesn't tell me the exact type.
Well, I'm going to
A
say
family car.
it's a Ford Focus.
So hang on, right, Kai.
7 police officers.
You're telling me
Armed.
he got pulled over by 7 armed police
I
officers?
better get off my phone.
Right. For what?
For being on his phone.
No, Kai.
I'm staring at the news article right now. He took videos on his phone of the officers pulling him over, and this is the second time he's been pulled over for something like this, and was pulled over.
How old is he?
2020, and he believed that he was racially profiled for driving through London.
Well, you're still on your phone. How old was he?
He's 27 at the moment.
Okay. And where's he from?
I'm not entirely
Is he American?
No.
I don't think he's American. I want to say Portuguese.
Okay.
But I'm not entirely sure.
Maybe he was dangerously driving. And I'm not saying in the sense that you're going to be pulled over by armed police, but if you're in London, depends where you are in London, it could be, wait a minute, there's actually been quite a few, in the last just this year, quite a few of people who have just been running over people in their cars in different states. So in the sense of just like, he could be all over the place driving. We don't know anything about background. We're just going, the reason why I'm pulling me over is because I'm not white. And you're like, well, that probably might be a percentage. It could be higher than that. But at the same time, if you're on your phone in London, where it is packed with people, I was there the other day, it was full to the brim. If you take your focus off just a tiny bit to wave,
you're killing someone.
You're killing someone.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now, I don't want to interrupt you, but
Here we go.
I've scrolled down in the article.
Here we go.
I scrolled down in the article, and this is a quote from him. They saw me, they thought I was on my phone, but I proved to them that I wasn't on my phone.
So what's the problem?
So they
pulled him
over for using his phone, but,
Yeah.
but apparently he's got proof of him not being on his phone.
How does he have proof?
I just clicked in my head. How would you prove that you...
Yeah, I feel like you're giving too much information, and I always can tell when people are lying because they sort of tell me too much. It's fine, whatever. The problem about it is that everyone slightly leans into being a victim all the time. And if you're getting pulled over, you're probably getting pulled over for a reason. So when I was younger and I got pulled over loads and stuff like that, if I look back at the actual reason why I got pulled over, all of them are my fault. Now, it's very quick for me to be like, well, they pulled me over because I'm young and I'm not white. Right? It's very quickly, but at every single occasion, 100% happens.
No. But I meant, did that ever pop in your head? Is because of that? Of the colour of your skin? That was the reason why you're being pulled?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it happens a lot. It used to happen. It doesn't happen anymore because I'm old, but when I was younger.
In London?
No, anywhere.
Even around here?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Mm-hmm. If I ask any of my friends that are not of any colour, any other colour.
But I've never thought that when I've been pulled by a black police officer, they're pulling me because I'm
Mate,
white.
how many black police officers you met? Fucking hell.
Well, in Reading, probably only about a handful. To be
Yeah,
fair.
but at the same time, you might see more people.
Because the first thing that actually popped in my head when you see the blues and twos, you're like, "Fuck, what did I do?"
Oh, and I definitely did something. I was either speeding, I was over on my phone, I either was cheering at football and kind of drove a bit
So if
crazy.
I got arrested by a black police officer, I could go, "Oh, it's because I'm white."
No,
But then I become a victim, right?
no,
Why?
it doesn't work that way
Why?
because there's no evidence of that way of things working.
But how does it?
Because there's loads of evidence of corruption and
Oh, I see
and
what you mean.
The
Right,
problem
I see.
about it back in the day, especially, but in poorer locations, it's more ethnic. And so when places are kind of a bit poor, and you can still be white and poor, right? But it's more in those areas. You know, you could be completely and utterly be like, oh, well, you did that because you live here. We check to see where you live and stuff like that. So there's loads of things, but we can all be like, oh, we're doing it because of class. You're doing it because of color. You're doing it because of the. And to be honest, they probably are. But how else are they going to find anyone else? It's really difficult. I used to get stopped as a kid all the time, not in my car, just walking.
Really?
Yeah.
We used to get chased a lot in Ville.
Well, you did stuff.
But that's the point. That's what I'm trying to say. The reason why we were getting stopped because we were naughty little shits.
I never got annoyed about it because I didn't do anything. So it was fine. I was just like, there was nothing to find.
So did they actually find that guy then?
Did they?
So the 7 police officers, did they have the guns drawn, Kai?
Hold on 2 seconds. I'll look at the video.
Because
it doesn't.
That's a bit extreme. If you thought he was on his phone,
it is extreme.
Coming in there with his guns
extreme, but the reason why that these things are brought out and news is because it never happens. If it happened all the time, we would just ignore it.
So I'm looking at a video now.
Yeah.
And the police officer in the video, he isn't armed with a gun, but he does have his like baton thing or baton thing drawn. You know, the one that sort of extends out.
Yeah.
Right.
He has that drawn while he's talking to the car. And there are literally there are literally 6 police officers right behind like where the boot of the Ricardo's car is.
I just think we're missing so much.
I was about to say there's a more to, like if you watch CCTV without the actual, you can make up the story.
Well, I have
because there's obviously something we're missing. Right?
I have the best analogy for this ever, and I say it all the time to my friends. I'll probably say it on here. This is like watching the last 5 minutes of Jaws and going, "What did the shark do?"
Yes.
That's what it's like.
Yeah,
that's what we're being fed all the fucking time. It's boring.
Yeah, you're getting a snippet out of the bigger picture.
And then you find out the whole story, but like, yeah, fair.
Yeah, even I can say that on the door. Right. They say, like, well, you grabbed him, you did this, you did that. Yeah. But he's just bottled and stabbed someone in the neck. Is that all right? Yeah, but you did. No. You caught the tail end of what had happened. You haven't watched the whole process.
They can't back down because they've already accused you now, so they can't back down.
But you hit him. Right, yeah. So the Travellers, the ones that killed PC Harper? Right, so I had a fight with them that day.
Wow.
Right, I got banged up for 24 hours. They released them because they were nice young lads. They're making me like to be, you've really done these. That same exact night was when they killed him.
What?
But because they, like what you just said.
Maybe just not a nice young lad anymore. It's fine. Right. That was cool. Words of wisdom. Nice to be back.
Where's the wisdom?
What have you got? I've got to go on my phone now. Kai, do you got any words?
I haven't got one prepared, so Scott, if you can go first.
Yeah, it's fine. We can do that.
I will have words of wisdom.
Okay.
Life is what it is. No, I actually haven't got any.
Okay, I've got a good one.
Go on.
So this one I saw on social media, and it says, "Don't take opinions from people that you wouldn't go to for advice." So don't take the opinions of people that you wouldn't go to for advice. And I think that's a great thing. So when someone says something to you, you're like, why would I care what you say when I would never ask for your advice?
That's very true. That's not a bad way of looking at it. I've never thought of it like that.
I kind of like that. So when you're hearing all this stuff coming back and you see anything on social media and blah, 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 and they're giving their opinions, you're like, cool. But I didn't ask. I would never ask for your advice. I didn't ask for your opinion, but I'd never ask for your advice. And I kind of like that.
You don't.
No.
That's stupid, right?
I don't really ask. I asked probably about 10 people in my entire life I'd ask for advice. Maybe 5. I don't really ask many people for their advice because I think the 5 that I have are good enough for me that I need.
Yeah, keep your circle small, right?
Yeah, they're just trusted. So I'd be like, I'll go to you for this because I know you'll be great.
And I guarantee each one of them's got a certain thing that you would go to for.
100%. That's why it's the only reason I haven't gone to therapy yet. Because there's nearly nothing I can't talk to those 5 people about that they can just go, actually, Dan. Like, I phoned up my friend the other day, and his wife got in a car, and I trust her opinion as well. And I sort of said my little piece, and they just gave me really sound advice, which allowed me to. And I've got a neighbour as well that I love called Lynn, and I just asked her advice. And she actually gets a really hard bit of my advice, like my questioning, because I will say something, and she's quite calm. When it's about me, not about when it's her problem. Like anyone, like everyone's like really can be calm when it's someone else's problem. But I like that sometimes people can just give you what you
needed.
Yeah, but also like the truth. Like I need people to be like, no, Dan, don't do it like that. And I'm like, okay, because then I can get it out, and then I don't say what I need to say to the person.
Yeah, so you're great at giving me advice, but by the signs of it, sometimes you're not great at giving yourself some advice.
No one's good at giving themselves advice. It's mental. No. Yeah, Scott, what's you said yours, whatever it was.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. What about you, Kai? Did you find anything in the end?
Okay, so I found what I think is a good one.
Okay.
A person grows up when he's able to overcome hardships. Protection is important, but there are always some things that a person must learn on his own.
Oh, do that one more time because I was distracted by my phone.
Okay. A person grows up when he's able to overcome hardships. Protection is important, but there are some things that a person must learn on their own.
Wow. Do you know what that kind of sort of sounds like? Like you can't be a grown-up until you're the next grown-up. So, you know what I mean? When another generation's not here anymore, that's when you grow up.
You ain't got any choice because the buck stops with you, right?
Yeah, I like that.
Right, that's us done for this week.
Cool. How long was that? Like an hour?
46 minutes.
46 minutes. That's not
Actually,
bad.
45 from the record button.
So if you would like to subscribe, make sure you click that button right now if you're not subscribed to this channel, because we like to push those viewing figures up. It's not what we like, isn't it, really?
Up.
And then hopefully some new stuff coming in the future.
And hopefully, if you keep pushing, I might do the postcode lottery.
Oh, no, he's not going to.
I'm getting that job.
You're not.
I am.
It's not
taking
happening.
yours. Jason Donovan took your job.
You wish you could take
You
mine.
didn't even get on the advert.
It's fine.
See you later, guys.
Bye.